trunks with red trim and fighting out of Atlantic City, New Jersey. He weighed in at 236 pounds, and his record includes 31 wins, 3 losses, with 27 wins coming by way of knockout. And here is the WBA #2 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, introducing the Atlantic City Express, Bruce Seldon. And presenting to you his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks with gold trim, fighting out of Las Vegas, Nevada, by way of Grand Rapids, Michigan. He weighed in at 243 pounds and enters the ring with a record of 52 wins, 2 losses, 1 no contest, with 43 big wins coming by way of knockout. And here is the former IBF heavyweight champion of the world, currently ranked the WBA #1 contender, introducing Tony TNT Tucker. And once again, he is your referee in charge now to give instructions, Mills Lane.
Okay, gentlemen, we've already had your instructions one time in the dressing room. Right here. If he goes right here, it's going to be all right, all right? If he goes right here, it's going to be okay. All right. This is for the WBA title. I expect a tough, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Let's get it on.
Fan favorite Mills Lane, the district judge from Reno, Tony Tucker, with the size. He has speed and power. He fights cautiously, very methodical, sometimes predictable, but as Ferdy said, his desire a question mark. The rugged, hard-hitting Bruce Seldon has rededicated himself after the early career problems. Here we go. The bell for round 1, scheduled for 12 for the vacant WBA heavyweight championship. Tucker was getting an earful from trainer Georgie Benton, almost right up to the bell.
And there's nobody that can motivate you like Georgie Benton. He's been there himself. He's a great fighter, and now he's becoming a great cornerman.
And that's one of the things they talk about Tucker. They can't get him motivated, especially early. He's a very slow starter. Comes on in the later rounds, but tell you what, he looks a little more peppy tonight.
Bobby, what about Seldon's chin?
You know, there have been questions about it when Riddick Bowe hit him with the left hook. It didn't look the biggest left hook in the world, and it hurt him much more than it appeared it should have. And he's had some questions. Jose Revolta had him on the floor. That's been a question, and we're going to find out tonight, because I know TNT can hit.
Yes, Tucker does have power. Ironically, Tucker's first title fight for the vacated IBF title, vacated when Michael Spinks was stripped. And here we are 8 years later. He fights for his second world title, again a vacated belt, this time because George Foreman was stripped for not fighting Tucker, the #1 contender. Tucker in the black trunks, Seldon in the white. Seldon's career as a contender appeared to be over when he suffered a first-round knockout against Riddick Bowe in '91, but he hung in there. In his previous fight, stopped in the 9th by Oliver McCall, and the other loss to Tony Tubbs. Seldon said, I almost wrote myself off after the Bowe fight. I thought maybe I'd gotten as far as I could go. But since the loss to Bowe, he has 13 wins, 12 by knockout, and is the #2 contender.
Now, I knew his trainer, Carmen Graziano, had passed away, and they were very, very close. It was like his family. And Carmen believed in the kid, and I hope to see him do well.
Well, he's doing well this first round. I've been clocking the number of punches that are thrown, and he is throwing many more punches than Tucker. Tucker's trying to catch him on counter punching, but he is not. It's too slow for that.
You know what, though, Ferdy? Not too many of them are landing, and he's up until right now he was going backwards throwing. Letting Tucker come forward with that size and that leverage might be a big mistake.
Well, the size is very impressive to anybody who just tuned in and look. I mean, a huge guy like this ought to be able to squanch a little guy, but that's not the way it works in the heavyweight picture.
Seldon told us he intends to come out and end this fight early. He feels that Tucker will try to take the fight into the later rounds with the hope that Seldon will tire. Tucker does not fight as if he's in a hurry. Historically, very slow, particularly at the start. Here's Seldon with a little combination. Seldon said he's working on slowing Tucker down even more, as fast and as early as possible.
He's got a much better jab going, Bobby. That thing is really popping in there. Those last 4 jabs have been strong.
Well, I'll tell you what, they started trading jabs a little bit. On the inside, Tucker seemed to get a little bit of the better of it, where you think that maybe Seldon with his compact size might do better, but not yet.
Seldon said because Tucker's so tall, everybody goes headhunting. He says, I'll work the body. It's not easy to knock out Tucker because of size. Let's go back over to Jim Gray, who's with the WBC champion of the heavyweight division.
All right, thank you very much, Steve Alpert. We're here with Oliver McCall as he gets ready for his fight with Larry Holmes. You're watching this fight right now. You're not too nervous. Took you 9 years to get here, and you're just smiling and having a good time.
Yeah, I feel good. I feel fantastic, and I'm ready to give the people what they want to see. They want to see a champion that looks like a champion, fight like a champion, and be ready and prepared for Mike Tyson. I think I'm that guy. So I'm going to let the people choose and see. After the night, they choose. Do you want to see a sloppy Riddick Bowe the way he fought Herbie Hyde fight, or do they want a real bull, the Iron Bull, the Atomic Bull fight Mike Tyson?
What does Atomic Bull mean? A lot of people are wondering that.
Well, I'm a Taurus, the bull, and of course, when the Chicago Bull, I'm a Chicagoan. So the Chicago Bulls, they made it. I'm the Atomic Bull. I'm Taurus. April 21st, my birthday is coming up in a couple of days, and this is for my birthday as well as Big John Studd, and I dropped them atomic bombs, baby.
You mentioned Mike Tyson. What about Mike Tyson? You spent some time with him. Did he give you any advice?
Well, I'm ready. Tyson haven't given me no advice. He said I need to win this, but I already know that.
All right, Oliver, we look forward to seeing you shortly. Let's go back out to Steve.
All right, thank you very much, Jim Gray. Round 2 for the vacant WBA heavyweight championship. Bruce Seldon, the #2 contender in the white. And there's a big right hand by Seldon.
Seldon doing what he said he was going to do. Started jabbing to the body, going to the body, and came up top with the right hand.
I think he's outworking him, Bobby. All through that first round, he seems to be doing that what he wanted to do, outwork him. And the Tony is as usual too slow. He's not coming up.
Seldon, the last 4 or 5 years, has become more of a complete fighter, much more mature, much more focused, and he gets off the best punch thus far in the early going. Right hand again. Oh, and a countering right by Tucker.
That was a beautiful countering right. It looked like it buckled one leg of Seldon. And
well, we're going to find out right now what the effects of that right hand are, because there's another one.
Seldon looked momentarily dazed, but he is fighting back.
That was a good shot by TNT.
Oh, another right hand by Tucker. But Seldon answering back, and then his knees do buckle as he wraps his arms around the waist of Tucker.
He hadn't got strong legs under him right now. This is Tucker's chance. Let's see what he does.
Tell you what, the jab was working for Seldon, and he just started winging, and he can't do that with Tony Tucker. He's too big and strong.
So Tucker able to come back. Right hand there, but a glancing blow.
All right, step back. Come on, step back here. Come on.
Another right hand by Seldon now. Uppercut miss. Left hand, left hook by Bruce Seldon. The crowd reacting, but it didn't have full impact. 1 minute to go in the second.
These are big men, Steve. They can't keep this kind of pace up for too many rounds. One man will have to give in.
The pace here in the second round has been furious.
Seldon has landed more, but Tucker much more effective with his. He has really stunned Seldon.
But Seldon going right back at Tony Tucker.
Come on, let him go in there. Hey,
now, little holding and hitting by Seldon on the break, being cautioned by Mills Lane.
Now, Mills won't let you get away with that. Oh, Lonesome Dove is right on top of him. He just will not let any foolishness go on.
You see a little blood coming out of Tony Tucker's nose right now, too. So some of those punches that are being thrown by Seldon are making their mark.
Lots of action here in the second round. Less than 20 seconds remaining.
It's a much better fight than I anticipated because Seldon is making TNT fight.
Final seconds of the round.
All right, we'll step back. Touch the hands. I'll step back.
Blood continues to come from the right nostril of Tony Tucker.
You're doing a beautiful job.
Breathe through your mouth.
You're doing a beautiful job. Now listen, keep the jab going. Now listen, do not back over this guy. I don't give a damn what happened. Do not back away from the guy. Keep the pressure on, and when the guy fires, just keep going down like you're doing. Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
And when you fire,
don't blow your nose.
nose, Tony. Don't blow your
Now,
nose.
when you fire to the bottom first, then to the top, right?
Okay.
Now, but you keep the jab going and do not back off. Because when you back off is the only time you're getting hit. You got me covered?
Yeah.
And when punches come your way,
Let's take a look at Seldon working hard. Now, this is the kind of work that opened this round where it looked like Seldon has made up his mind to just maybe knock this guy out right now in the second round. But let's see what happened to him later.
Well, that's what he did. He came out, but Tony Tucker, being a big former champion he came back with a couple left hooks and right hand there you saw on the inside. He is not going to roll over and go away.
I thought he was going to go down on one knee, Bobby. That guy buckled his knee. That's TNT to Seldon, but Seldon is back. He's tough. He said he wants to fight 20 rounds. Well, he may have his chance.
So we come off an excellent round of boxing, but can these two huge men keep up this frantic pace? Round 3 begins.
Or more likely, can the little one keep staying up with this huge guy that keeps following him?
You know, Tony Tucker is really a whole lot taller, but weight-wise is only 6 or 7 pounds, 236 to 243. So the weight is just distributed in different places. And right now, the shorter man's out jabbing the big man.
I think the speed of the punches is too much for Tucker. He doesn't respond well. See that? He doesn't respond as fast, Bobby.
A powerful jab by Bruce Seldon, almost a shotgun jab. Seldon's big right connected. 27 seconds into round 2, then Tucker staggered Seldon 45 seconds later. And that's about where we stand right now in round 3.
And Bobby, there's something wrong with TNT Tucker's nose. I've already told him don't blow out that nose, meaning they're afraid that the blood is coming out and will spread out into the sinuses. So
yeah,
there's already problems.
Yeah, he was bleeding a little bit from the last round and again in the corner. Also, his left eye's got a nice little knot on it, so that may start to close on him soon, too.
Well, we might see what kind of heart Tony Tucker has tonight.
Come on.
Well, he's got more heart in those first 2 rounds than he did in the last 2 fights. He fought like a sleepwalker. Now he's really fighting like what he should be, a top heavyweight.
Midway, round 3, body shots by Bruce Seldon.
Tuck, you gotta get him up. Keep the punch up in there. Come on.
Just digging to the stomach.
See that jab? That jab is starting to take control.
Short, crisp right hand by Tony Tucker again. That may have dazed Bruce Seldon for the moment. And that left eye of Tony Tucker closing.
Well, Tucker's got him right now if he wants to follow it up. Seldon doing nothing to get away from that. He's got to move some. He's got to move away. He is doing it. He's moving away.
There you see him moving right now. The damage being shown on Tucker's face, but he is unloading.
Tucker has Seldon backing up.
And on unsteady legs.
A right hand by Seldon. Seldon coming back missing with a wild right.
I'll tell you, both these men came to win this title.
Yeah, there's no slowness here. This is an all-out campaign.
Keep him up, Tony. Keep
They
him
are
up. Come on.
toe-to-toe with furious exchanges. Under 30 seconds in round 3.
Step back. Don't punch you on the break. Come on. Step back in here. Come on.
Mills Lane has to fight the 2 off.
Good body shot by Tony Tucker. Great right hand to the body.
Tony Tucker missing with that right. The left eye of Tucker all but completely shut. As we head for the bell.
But that right hand has found a home. Tony Tucker knows how to throw that right, and it's landing. How much more can Seldon take?
Yeah, baby. Now you're doing a number on him.
Now listen to this and breathe. That bucket.
Bucket.
Come on, you're too slow.
Spit on the fucking
Listen to this, please. Listen. You got that closed eye. You see his eye? It's closed. Now you listen to me. Listen to me well. You want to win this fight? Well, stop rushing the fight. You're being aggressive. You don't have to do that, Bruce. Come on, you can beat this guy just by pointing him. What was our plan? Boxing him, right? Why are you being aggressive? He's staying like this waiting for you to counter with that right. You're letting him hit you with that right. Don't do that.
Let's take a look at that overhead shot where Tucker finally gets in the left hand. Right there, the right hand that begins to bother Seldon. He's been getting it in all through the fight, but now it's beginning to really have an effect.
Starting to land very steady, Freddie.
How do you like that advice? Don't be too aggressive to Seldon.
Well, I'll tell you what, the trainer is Diego Rosario, someone I used to spar